Welcome to everything you wanted to know about helping voters but were afraid to ask. This module addresses voter ID. Voters must show one of the acceptable IDs in order to receive a ballot. The ID does not have to have an address. If it does have an address, the address does not need to be the voter's current address. Let's review the acceptable IDs. There is a Wisconsin driver license, a Wisconsin photo ID issued by the DOT, a passport, and a military ID card. These four IDs can be used if they are unexpired, but also if they expired after the last general election, which was November 8, 2016. There's a window when these four IDs can be used even though they have expired. Don't get confused by the requirements when using a driver license or state ID as a photo ID on election day versus using them as proof of residence when registering to vote. When used as a photo ID, the driver license and ID can be expired after November 8, 2016. When used as proof of residence, however, the driver license and ID must be unexpired. Also, when the driver license or ID is used as a photo ID, the address on the card does not need to be the correct address. When used as proof of residence, however, the address on the card must be the current address. That is the address the voter is using to register. Other acceptable voter IDs are a certificate of naturalization issued within the last 2 years, an unexpired Wisconsin driver license or ID receipt, good for 45 days after issuance, an ID card issued by a federally recognized Native American tribe in Wisconsin, unexpired or expired, and a Veterans Affairs ID, either unexpired if it has an expiration date, or a non-expiring card. Finally, a college ID card can be used if it has certain features. Those features are an issuance date, an expiration date that is within 2 years of issuance, although the card can be expired, and the student's signature and picture. When using a student ID card as a voter ID, the student must also show proof of enrollment. The standard UW-Madison student ID card, the WIS card, is not acceptable for use as a voter ID. A free special student voter ID can be obtained at the WIS card office at Union South. The Madison College One card is also not acceptable. However, the standard ID card issued by Edgewood College is acceptable. For all of the acceptable IDs, there is wide variation in the acceptable issuance and expiration dates. This table summarizes information for voter IDs that can be used when either unexpired or expired. This second table summarizes information for voter IDs that can never be used when expired. In addition, for these voter IDs, the date when they were issued also matters. It's important for you to be familiar with these variations so you can advise voters correctly. Voters who do not have one of these acceptable voter IDs can get a free ID at the DMV that can be used for voting. To get the ID, the voter must present documents proving personal information in 4 areas: proof of identity, proof of name and date of birth, proof of citizenship, and proof of Wisconsin residency. To get the free ID, the voter must give up their out-of-state driver license or ID. If a voter is missing some or all of these documents, the DMV offers the ID petition process, in which the DMV researches the voter's personal information in order for the voter to obtain an ID. If a voter needs help getting an ID, whether collecting the documents, getting a ride to the DMV, or advocacy help from a volunteer, they can call the voter ID hotline. The voter can call the hotline, or you can call with the voter's name and phone number on the voter's behalf. Thanks for viewing this module and helping other voters understand voter ID requirements.